Today we're looking back on 2015 of Namaste Yoga. Hi, it's Melissa and welcome to Living Your Yoga. At this time of year, it's always fun to do a look back on the year. And I thought we'd do a reflection back on 2015 of the year of Namaste Yoga. So I have a few notes here to keep me on point. So let's look back on a year of 2015 as Namaste Yogis. So we finished up our year 2014 in the beginning of 2015 with the series Nourishing Our Energy Reserves, and that was a super long series. Actually, it was a 14 video series, so that took us over 3 months to do, where we really went through the winter and brought our energy down and in, and it was a very kind of yin oriented series, so that was a great one. A lot of you are going back to it at this time of year. It's winter now, but if I seem like I'm shivering, I am. It's a cold day here in Victoria. It's one of the coldest days we've had so far. And then after that, we decided to go back and really start to add to our beginner series. And we added a lot of classes to our beginner series. When I went back and added up how many we added this year, we added 10 classes to our beginner series this year. So we did an introduction to spiritual ecology. We did introduction to sun salutations. We asked beginners what they wanted, and it was really interesting to hear what they wanted. So we did class on focus, discipline, flexibility. We did an easy to follow class because that was kind of something that beginners struggled with, following instructors. They wanted a step-by-step class, so we did that. They found that teachers went really too fast for them, so we did a slow beginner class. Balance was a big issue, so we did a beginner class for balance, and then we did an absolute beginner class. So we love our beginner yogis, and I'm going to be doing some more beginner classes. We're going to bank them, because one of the things that Tim and I want to do this year is do some traveling, and so I think what we'll do is we'll probably bank some classes when we have some extra time and then we'll be able to have them uploaded and ready to go for when we're away. So after adding so many classes to our beginner series, we started filming the Inner Critic Series, which was one that we just had so much response from. We started filming that in Tofino, British Columbia, which is just a beautiful vista for a truly life-transforming series. And I don't think I've heard from more of you about a series and what a life-transforming series that was. So all of these are linked in the show notes, but wait. So then that was a real descending journey, and it's one that was a lot of hard inner work, and so I wanted to bring some levity after that. So we did a really fun class after that about people really loved my strap class back in 2014. We've had thousands, like tens of thousands of views on that strap class. So I decided to do a master class around blocks. And that was kind of a fun class, a fun master class. And then instead of doing a descending journey, I decided to do an ascending journey. And so we did the gratitude series in the summer, and that was really fun. And it was also a way to kind of create a holding pattern before I did one of the series that I've been really waiting to do for a long, long time, because there's just been so much requests around having challenges focusing. And I think it's probably a common problem. I know it's a common problem. I hear from all of you about it so often, and that is a difficulty focusing. And given the landscape, the cultural landscape we live in, with so much social media, the advertising, and just the world we live in where our attention's being pulled up and out and in so many directions, doing that Focus Living series was, again, it was another one that I've heard from so many of you that you found just truly changed your practice. A lot of you talked to me about how much that shifted and changed things for you. So that was the one that we really changed things for you in the autumn. It was one that I was able to go back to Greg McKeown's book, Essentialism. That's a business book, but man, I'm sure that guy is a yogi or a meditator or something. So that was a really fun one to do. And then we did something really great on November 25th, which is International End Violence Against Women's Day. We re-released our Bringing Violence Against Women and Bringing That Out of the Shadows episode. We re-released it in 3 languages thanks to our amazing translators. We re-released it in French, Italian, and Spanish. And that was something that was really important to me. We spent, that was something in the works for about maybe a year or even 6 months, maybe even since it originally came out, to for me to ask our translators if they would translate that into other languages, because I have no idea. Maybe it will or won't, but hopefully it will have a positive effect on people around the world. Maybe it will help women around the world. And now that it's in more languages, hopefully it will help women who need that kind of support. Also, an amazing thing for me this year and for people around the world is that there's even more translations of Namaste Yoga thanks to our volunteers. Namaste Yoga is now translated into 8 languages, which is just an incredible thing. When we started filming Namaste Yoga 6 years ago, that was just not even on my radar of something that was going to happen. So now Namaste Yoga is translated into Italian, Spanish, French, Russian, Finnish, Portuguese, Arabic, and now German. So I am so grateful from the bottom of my heart for our translators who are volunteers. They volunteer their time. It takes forever to translate a Namaste Yoga episode. It's a tedious task, and it's just a heart-dedicated job that they do, and we truly appreciate it. And I hear from people every day around the world how much they appreciate it, how much they want more episodes in their particular language. So we are incredibly grateful, and we have links below if you're interested in doing some translations for us, because there is definitely a need for it, and we hear people just making those requests every day. Okay, so to finish out the year, before we started a new series late in 2015, I added 2 episodes to the Cultural Conditioning series. So that series was from 2013, but I felt I had a few more things to say, and so I thought, hey, why not add on to an old series? It's my show. I guess I can do that. So I did a show on the myth of perfect health and the myth of continual improvement, and that felt good to do that. So I might do that again if I have something to say. That was kind of fun. And we began a new series that's going to be going for a while through the winter for sure, called a mindfulness-based series called Awakening to Your True Self. And I've heard from a lot of you too about how you've enjoyed the heart-centered yet grounded approach that we're taking on this. So when I look back on the year, the highlight of the year for me was definitely episode 300. We did a live feed for that, and it was incredible the way we came together for that, the way we came together live. So many of you were present for that all around the world, and that touched my heart deeply, and a lot of you commented on how incredible it was to be together for that. I am looking forward to the technology coming to meet us for that, so that we can do things like that more often and more easily. And I think it will catch up. It's not quite there yet, and I'm looking forward to that, so that we can do classes, so that we can do classes together more often. We also Jane said celebrating 300 was mind-blowing. I was so aware of hundreds of people doing the same yoga as me all around the world, and what a connection. And I felt that connection too. Our personal YouTube channel continues to grow. We passed 3 million views this summer, and we're steadily growing to 4 million now. We're halfway to 4 million now. It's 3,400,000. So it's growing in leaps and bounds, and we just truly appreciate all of you sharing the classes and watching. So I think that was all that stood out to me about Namaste Yoga this year. How about you? What stands out to you? What was your highlight of the year as a Namaste Yogi? What did you love most about Namaste Yoga? Leave it in the comments below, and tell me also if you have any requests for this coming year for Namaste Yoga. What would you like to see in 2016? How could I best serve you in this coming year? So thanks so much, and namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.